Hello, this is Charlene. We have another word problem. We're going to read it and set up equations by converting the English words to math language. And then we're going to solve it, find the answers. Okay, so our problem states that the measure of one angle is 6 more than half the measure of another angle. If the angles are complementary, find both measures. Okay, again, I always look for these kinds of phrases right here. This one that says 6 more. These are the phrases I look for first. 6 more. What does 6 more mean? Well, 6 more means plus 6. So there's going to be a plus 6 somewhere in my equation. And then the word is, what does the word is mean? It means equals. So that means I'm going to have some kind of equal sign here. So now let's go back to the 6 more. The measure of one angle is 6 more than what? 6 more than half the measure of another angle. So the 6 more is going to be 6 more than half of the measure of another angle. So I'm going to put 1/2 the measure of a second angle. Does that make sense? We're going to call it the second angle. And of course, at the very beginning is the word one angle. One angle equals. So it's like the first, and we'll call this the first angle. The first angle equals, and of course this will be, over here is going to be that second angle. Second angle. So I'm down here in my equation, I'm going to say the first angle is equal to half of the second angle plus 6, because it's 6 more than half of the second one. Does that make sense? Okay, but again, I always try to reiterate the fact that I always look for these phrases first. 6 more, 6 less. 6 less would be minus 6. 6 more means plus 6. I isolate that first and kind of start there and work backwards. Okay, but let's go ahead and rewrite this so it makes a little bit more sense in math language. So the first angle, I'm going to call F, first angle, is equal to half of the second angle, so I'll put S. I'll call the second angle S. Now those are the things that I like to do. Obviously your textbooks like you to use X's and Y's, but first F for the first angle and S for the second angle actually kind of makes sense to my brain, and that's what I like to do. So we're just going to go with the way I like to do it, right? But hopefully this will help you. And then, of course, later on, if you need to go ahead and change it back into X's and Y's, you can do that. You can set it up like this, or you can say Y is equal to 1/2 X plus 6. So you can do that if you need to. But in terms of the way that I approach it, I tend to use variables that, to me, are what I call user-friendly. Okay, so now that we've got that first equation, let's go ahead and look at the second part of our word problem. The angles are complementary. Okay, so that means that we need to remember from our geometry what complementary means. So let's just have a little mini geometry lesson. We've got complementary angles. The other one is supplementary angles. So supplementary, if you could read my writing. Okay, we'll pretend like that looks like an E right there. Okay, so it's complementary, supplementary. Here's how I remember it. C comes first in the ABCs. S comes second in the ABCs. Well, guess what? 90 comes first in the numbers, and 180 comes second in the numbers. So that's how I keep them straight. It's like C goes with 90 because C comes first in the ABCs, 90 comes first in the numbers. S comes second in the ABCs, just like 180 comes second in the numbers. So that's how I keep them straight. So these complementary angles are going to add up to 90 degrees. So that means that my first angle plus my second angle are going to add up to 90 degrees. Again, we have been given, like if you've watched some of my other videos, we've been given an expression, and that expression is what F is equal to. So we're going to take this expression and we're going to plug it right in there for the F that is over here in this equation. So when I do that, I am going to have 1/2 s plus the 6, because that is what the f is equal to according to our expression over here. And then we can say plus s, and that's equal to 90 degrees. At this point, we just use our order of operations to solve. We're going to combine like terms. So we've got 1/2 s and a 1s. So 1/2 s plus 1s is actually going to be 3/2 s. I'm not going to do the math for that. If you need to review that, you can practice that on your own. So 1/2 plus 1, of course you convert the 1 to 2 over 2, etc., etc. So we got plus 6 is equal to 90, and then to continue using order of operations, we are going to do minus 6 on both sides. Minus 6, minus 6, these cancel out. Then I have 3/2 s is equal to 84. And then my favorite way to eliminate fractions is to multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 3/2 is 2/3. So I'm going to do that on both sides, 2/3. Okay, so these will cancel out. And then I'm going to end up with s equal to some number. Now, because I do not want to do that in my head, let's go ahead and see if we can pull up a calculator. Like our calculators sometimes for these bigger numbers that we don't want to do in our heads. Alpha, f1, fraction function, 2 in the numerator, 3 in the denominator, and then close our fraction parentheses, 56. So s is equal to 56. That's the smaller of the two angles. Okay, so let's go back and see what the question wanted us to find. Our question wanted us to find both measures. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this equation to find the other measurement. So we've got f, let me get rid of this, it's kind of in my way, f plus s, and I've determined that the s, or the smaller angle, is 56, so we're going to put 56 right there. They're going to add up to 90 degrees because they are complementary, and then I'll do minus 56 and minus 56, and these will cancel. Therefore, f is going to be equal to, let's see, 90 minus 50 would be 40, minus 6 would be 34. Okay, so let's see if that adds up. F, the first angle equal to 34, the second angle equal to 56. So does 34 plus 56 add up to 90? 34, 56, 4 and 6 is 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, they do. So these are our correct answers. They add up to 90, 56, and 34 degrees are the angles of our two angles in this word problem. Okay, hopefully that helps you think about how to convert word problems, how to solve word problems. Just click on the like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you back next time you need some math help. Okay, bye-bye.